What is going on, guys? In today's video, of course, I'm going to be doing the trailer breakdown of the course new Infinite Warfare trailer for Rave in the Redwoods. Of course, it just came out today. Of course, it's going to be a little bit of a later upload, I'll try to search for Easter eggs and just little things like that. So I want to give you guys the quick breakdown, but also in depth as well. So first of all, we see shots of just the setting itself, and of course, like I said in my video yesterday, of course, it is actually a summer camp, but unfortunately, Jason is not in it. Of course, it kind of has a Jason-esque character in it, which is kind of cool, so I'll accept that. So of course, you're just going through shots of the map, and it seems, you know, like I said before, to be a summer camp. Then of course, we see our characters in their new attire for this map, so it seems to be that the concept art is pretty much identical, of course, that Lee Ross of course tweeted out earlier, you know, a few weeks ago. Then we see a close-up of Sally in the 1990s attire. It seems to be that she's like a West Side gangster, some people have been saying, and it seems to be true as well. And of course, we're kind of having like that character introduction like we've seen in the Infinite Warfare Spaceland Zombies trailer, which is kind of cool. So possibly they may be doing that in every single map, of course, you know, because they're pretty much a new character, but it seems to be that they're keeping their names, so I kind of like that now. Okay, then we see Poindexter in a goofy costume, you know, similar to Spaceland Zombies, which I think is kind of cool, you know, kind of keeps him kind of esque like a same character, but kind of not as well. And of course, Andre and AJ are kind of switched up a little bit. We kind of see a hipster type AJ, you know, he's kind of switched around with Andre from Spaceland and Zombies. And of course, then we see a very interesting one. We see Andre in a grunge type costume, possibly since it's the 90s, we may have some Nirvana songs, which is going to be absolutely amazing. You know, one of my most favorite bands, Nirvana. So of course, that would be absolutely cool if that happens. Probably not, but it'll just be cool. Fit the theme, it's 90s, you know, he's in a grunge type costume, so it'll be cool as well. Then a few shots later, we see a zombie on like a spinny thing. I really don't know what they're called, but of course, you know, we seen the same thing in the intro for Nero. Of course, he's about to kill his wife, and you know, he played it as a accident. And of course, you know, it's the thing that magicians do the tricks on. Of course, they just throw the knife and that happens, but it seems to be like somehow there's a zombie on it. Maybe the person got bit, and of course, you know, we're just, you know, practicing, rehearsing for a magic trick audition, you know, who knows. And it seemed to be like an underground area, because I was like, where in the world on the map could it be? It seems like a brick wall. Possibly it's like the underground area of the map, possibly it's like a lodge or something along the lines of that. And actually, when I was just reviewing this, you know, I was like, what in the world is that? Of course, we kind of see like a red thing. It seems to be like two lines, and like they kind of go down in the middle, almost touching, and possibly it's a part to the Easter egg, or possibly a part to the wonder weapon, which I'm going to discuss on later. Then we got a few shots of the new melee weapons. We see a machete, a baseball bat, and of course a axe. Of course, you know, the axe rules from Spaceland and Zombies, but I think it's going to be cool using a machete and a baseball bat with nails in it. And after those few scenes, we see actually like a yeti or like a werewolf type character. We're not sure what it is. Of course, he has these glowing red eyes, which is, you know, pretty interesting. Of course, you know, our zombies have like yellow, that kind of oranges eyes. And of course, then we see a shot of Poindexter turning on a trap, and of course, this is very similar to the Frogger, of course, from Shino Noom, which is just a classic zombie trap. It seems to be going a little bit slower, but of course, you know, it's not quite yet the Flogger, because the Flogger had these like kind of metal pieces going down, and it kind of flipped the zombies instead of, you know, just hitting them with spikes and picking them up. But very similar, none of the less. Right after that shot, we see something very interesting with the lights, kind of like in the theme of the tone, very similar to like the parasites we see in Shadows of Evil Revelation. It kind of turns the map into like a different reality. Of course, you know, the screen turns vibrate, and this seems to be something with like the lights. Of course, you know, something that those Rare kids did, you know, like I was saying before, is possibly a round change, because a few shots later we see somebody, a point of view, actually through the slasher mask. He's kind of holding a chainsaw, and he seems to be coming after our characters from what we know, but it doesn't show any of our characters shooting at him, so possibly maybe we're going to be playing as the slasher. Now, of course, I say this because we kind of see like a point of view, and of course we see somebody like, you know, swapping to the chainsaw, and I just think it'll be pretty cool, you know, that we do that. And of course, a few shots later after that, of course, we see that Pack-a-Punch is back. Possibly we're going to be teleporting to this location as well, because it seems to be the same as that Pack-a-Punch machine from which we've seen in Spaceland Zombies. And of course, it seems to be that Andre, of course, it kind of has the grunge outfit, and when he Pack-a-Punch, we see something very interesting. Maybe that he's actually a drummer in this. Of course, you see him, he does that, that, and he kind of flicks around his drumsticks. I thought that was kind of interesting because, you know, who in the world would thought of that? Maybe that'll play a role in the Easter egg. And then actually right at that, we see Andre again. He's actually holding possibly what is the new wonder weapon for the map. It seems to be a crossbow, possibly pack-a-punch, or maybe just already has that camo on it. Then he of course shoots it, blowing up these zombies. And then a few shots later, of course, we see our characters actually running from the zombies, and then we had this big guy jump out of nowhere. He of course jumps down. It seems to be the Brute, just in a different attire. It seems to be that he's wearing like a welding mask, and of course it kind of has chains wrapped around his ankles and hands, and he just looks absolutely intimidating. I think this is what Leo Ross was talking about with an intimidating character. This is just absolutely crazy. And then of course it said it's coming out next Tuesday. You know, like, a guy's going to be seeing me streaming possibly and making videos on that. But you know, that pretty much concludes that. We have 3 bosses, or 2 probably, and of course maybe we'll be playing as a slasher, of course possibly as a Easter egg step or something we just have to do in general. Maybe that's kind of like a ability we have, you know, similar to the specialist or something like that. But hope every single last one of you guys did, of course, enjoy this video. Have an amazing day, and peace out.